Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and safety to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth and to the hopeful elect out there. This is the brother Hadabiar coming back at you with another one. And we're approaching we are in difficult times, but we are approaching times that are going to be even more rough. There's a lot of talks about we're seeing all these blackouts, and you're hearing a lot of talk about cyber attacks, and I've seen one of those brothers did a video on them shutting down like the internet, like, so we know that we're approaching very difficult times, and we're trying to warn Israel of of what's to come, trying to tell them to return to their power, serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because at the end of the day, he's the only thing that is gonna be able to get you through the terrifying times that are to come. You can just imagine, if there was to be a blackout, over here, in North America, it would be crazy. You already see what happens, when internet providers go down for a few hours. People start going crazy. So just you could just imagine if if things were to shut down even for a few hours, or if there was to be some type of uh attack. Like, you just never know. I feel like people right now, it being the summer, people are real comfortable right now. They just wanna have fun. The weather's getting nice. There's more things to do. And they don't want to. They don't want to hear what the prophets are saying and prophesying and telling you that terrible times are approaching. Very terrible times. A time there's a time like never before is gonna happen. This is 2 Corinthians 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. Conscious, I think it's like consciousness. Science. So we know the terror that 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 is going to come onto this place. We know the power that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has, and when Yahweh Shai returns on that massive chariot, he's not coming back to play around. And we understand that, and that's why we're trying, we try to warn Israel. We're telling Jake to get right, because you don't want to get caught up in the wrath of Yahweh Shai, and all the things that are going to be taking place during the time of Jacob's trouble. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a very scary and frightful time. You know, I was just just came in from the gym, and I was at the gym, and I was just like listening to like the apostles, videos, and some other brothers, and I was just looking at it. I'm just like looking around. I'm like, yo, these people just be mad prideful, They just look. They just have that look of pride on their face, like they got it all. Just because they may have a great physical body, but inside just spiritually dead. They don't know shit. And I'm just looking around, and I was just thinking to myself, like, man, like I'm just like looking at all these heathens, and I'm like, I can't, like, Lord willing, I can't wait to rule over these people. You know, these prideful people that think they got it all made, think that they know it all. You know, you fucking women that you think you're just hot shit. During this time, during this terrifying time, you know, these people out here are not gonna know what to do. They're not gonna know what to believe. They're gonna bug the fuck out. You know, you see, we're gonna be praying to their false idols and their false gods, and and their prayers not being answered, just straight judgment. This is First Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. People ain't it. People are not expecting, this. People don't think that you know Yahushua is going to return in our lifetime. A lot of people think that even when you know who they call JC is, he's going to come back, um, to accept everyone, only to shit themselves when they see a so-called black man, you know, come back and to just, you know, turn this place right side up, because it's just full of wickedness. Verse 3: For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So, this is,